Good evening, everyone. So appreciate you being here. We've got some really exciting stories that we're going to share tonight. And, the goal of this is just to really give you some insight as to why we're so excited. We want to share this with the world, and we want you to understand why we feel that way. And so, we're not going to take a deep dive into anything, but just try to tell you some things that separate us apart from everything else that's out there. And so um, the first thing I want to do tonight is I just want to give you a little bit of a backstory, and then we're going to have a couple of people come in here and share why they're excited, what's going on with them, and let you hear some excitement from some other people. And then we're going to invite you to get back to the person that shared this with you and see where you fit in. So with that, I really believe that what we have our hands on is truly different. And I do believe that it fits right into what's going on in the world today. I think that we unknowingly, to some extent, are facing one of the greatest health challenges that we've ever faced. And I say that because we have a silent killer out there, silent killers out there that a lot of people know about. A lot of people are aware that there's heavy metal toxins all around. They understand that, and many of them are aware that they're in everything. They're in our air that we breathe. They're in the food that we eat. No matter how healthy the food is, and they're in the water that we drink. And so there really isn't any getting away from it. It's everywhere. You're going to partake of it, whether you want to or not. And, the key is to recognize it, recognize the challenges that it's presenting for us, and then understanding what to do about that. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. So, a lot of people don't get the fact that these heavy metals are having an impact on our health. And so that's the one thing that we really want to bring an awareness to this evening, and share with you some solutions that will help you with those. And so, um, we have a lot. I mean, everybody knows that everybody's getting sick. I mean, sick. The percentage rates. I don't know if you've seen it, but they're through the roof. I mean, all of our health challenges are getting worse and worse and worse every year. The numbers are going up and up and up, and so there is a direct correlation, and I challenge you that if you don't do anything else tonight when you leave, at least go do some searches for yourself and search health challenges and heavy metal toxins, and you'll find out. I was very surprised when I started doing it, but you'll find out that there is a definite need for what we have in the marketplace. And so, there's a really good book out called Detoxify or Die. And I don't know if it's going to, oh yeah, it's going to show it backwards. But if you can read backwards, but this is it. And it's a really good book. And it highlights some of these things that we're talking about tonight. So if you want to do your own homework, go to Google, do your own searches, pick up a copy of this book. I think it's 20. I think you can get it for around $20. And it will open your eyes to what's going on around us. And it's really important to do that. There's enough hazards out there that we know about, and we can see and we can feel and we can touch, and we can avoid them as best we can. But these things are everywhere, and you can't see them. You can't sort them out. It's they're you don't even know you're getting them, and that's why the formulator of our products wrote a book several years ago with a doctor. They went trying to find the information about these silent killers, and they couldn't find anything, so they decided to write their own book. And so I would encourage you to look into that as well. So I really want to talk to you about the main product that we have. And the main product, the what we call the tip of the spear, is a product. It's a zeolite product. It is goes through a very special process that Rick developed and has patented. And most zeolites out there, I dare say all of the zeolites out there, are using some form of his technology that he has developed over the years. The nice thing is he has a 34 step process that takes about 3 days, takes a little over 3 days, and it's patented. So you can't get this product anywhere else. And by wrapping those patents around it, it protects it, and it protects our business opportunity here if you're so inclined to join us from that aspect. But this product, the other thing, a lot of times we look at products and we look at doing things, our own businesses and stuff. This product works 100% of the time. It goes into your bloodstream. It seeks out and finds heavy metal toxins, and it pulls them into a cage-like structure, and it helps you excrete them out of the body. And so this isn't one of those products that we think will work for everybody. This is a product that does work for everybody. Now, some people have more noticeable experiences quicker, and it kind of depends on what they're dealing with, right? And then other people, it might take a little bit longer for them to get to be able to notify, or not notify, notice, get what is going on. But I want you to think about this. Most of us don't notice anything going on for quite some time, but these are bioaccumulating in your system. So it isn't a matter of if they will develop into symptoms. It is just a matter of how long. And the reverse is true. Okay. So when you're taking them out of your body, everybody's body is different. Everybody responds differently. Some people have detox symptoms. Some people have headaches. Some people have like fatigue. Some people even have aches and pains. There's a lot of different symptoms that you can have as you take these toxins out of your body as well. And so I just want people to be aware that it's working for everybody. It's just a matter of how it affects us and how we notice it, and when we notice it. And so it's not very often that we come across products like this. Everybody says, "Oh, well, who's your target?" And you say, "Well, everybody." Well, that's not always true. In this case, it is, and it's not just everybody, but our pets as well. We have products that help with pets, to detox the pets, to help with pain with the pets, and things like that. And so I'm not going to dive tonight into a lot of the different products. But if you are here tonight and someone has not shared the product overview video with you, it's about 18 minutes long. It goes through all of our products. And if they haven't shared that with you, I want you, when you get off the Zoom tonight, I want you to bug them to get that video over to you, so you can see that we have some very unique, exclusive products. Every one of these products, they're a standalone product. We're not riding coattails of products. These products, every one of them, you could go start a unique company with each one of these products individually. And we are so blessed that we have them all in one place under one roof. And so with that, what I want to do is I want to bring a couple of people on to talk a little bit about the products, and not the product themselves, but some of their experiences. And the first person I want to bring on tonight is Gayla. Can you come off mute?
There you go. Can you hear me?
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
That was a joke.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
figured that's what you were going to be
I
asking.
thought
So
you were trying for a Verizon commercial or something. No, yeah, and I honestly I can't remember how long ago I started the drops, but um, I had actually been searching for some detox stuff for a while, and had found something similar, same some of the same ingredients, I guess maybe is what I should say, and had already started them. And it had been taken for a little while, and Rhonda talked to me about these. And I was like, yeah, well, I just got some, and I'm going to try those for a while. And that product, it was two different bottles I had to take together. And I thought maybe I could tell that I was maybe detoxing. And I've done detoxes. And most detoxes are the type of detoxes you got to stay close to the bathroom, And
hmm
I mean, they work, they make you feel better for a short time. But what I liked about this is something you can just take every day. It's not like something you got to do a short time. You don't have to worry about anything. Now, I did go through some detox symptoms in the beginning, extremely tired and headache and some things like that. And I just kind of backed off of them because I'm not new to detox. So I knew what was going on. So I just kind of backed off on them for a little bit. But I've been having a lot of, just a lot of different things. I have a lot of things going on. Nothing's got a name on it. There's no diagnosis. They just treat my symptoms. And it's been like this for years. And one of them is I blood clot real easy. So I have something wrong. I've been all over. I've stayed in the hospital for teens to diagnose me, and they can't. And I've dealt with this for years. I've had them go to my lungs. It's just all kinds of stuff like that. Well, a few years ago, I started with AFib, just heart racing, uh, and I did the medication for a while, and I hated that because of how I felt. And I've got boys that have stuff that goes way back. Same situation, never diagnosed really. They put him in a category because their test fit him someplace, but they also told us how rare it was because they couldn't really put us in the whole group. We didn't nothing fit like perfect. And I think that's the thing about the detox things. If you look, they sometimes categorize people with whatever is a popular name because they got a medicine for that, and that's the best thing that they know how to do. And I just over the years have kind of learned that I go holistic and natural as much as possible first. And it's my whole metabolic system has just been way out of whack and getting worse. And I eat very strict and exercise and do all this stuff. And it's kind of like my numbers were the top numbers was going higher and higher. But then what really scared is, and I have a friend that's an RN, my bottom numbers started going high, like 90s and hundreds. And there'd be times I felt so bad. My top numbers, I could check it. And they were just, and people would tell me, I'm going to, you're going to have a stroke. You need to get on medicine. And I was really fighting that a lot. And as strict as I eat, my blood sugars, my doctor put me on a monitor just so I could watch it because trying to figure out if I could figure out what was triggering it. So and I started the drops, and I noticed that my blood pressure was starting to look better, but it was still not staying there. So I decided I was going to do this, what they call the Marcy dose. So for 2 weeks, I did 10 drops every hour on the hour. If I woke up through the night, I would do 10 drops. And then I think 2 weeks I did that. And then I backed off to about 4 or 5 times a day. And I just kind of, that's pretty well where I'm at now. But I had a situation here recently. I had to go to the ER. And the nurse came in and she did all the vitals and she walked out of the room. And I looked at the monitor. My husband's looking at the monitor. And I looked at him. Is that my blood pressure? He's looking at the monitor. And he's going, I think so. So the nurse comes back in and I'm like, did you clear the monitor? Is that my blood pressure? She goes, yeah. To her, it meant nothing. She'd never seen me before. It was like 116 over 64 or 66, something like that. And I was like, holy cow. And I noticed that at night, I'm up several times a night. And it's like the doctor doesn't know if I'm waking up because I need to use the restroom or if something's waking me up to go to the restroom. And a lot of times when I wake up, I could tell my AFib had kicked in. That was more likely what was waking me up. I can honestly say probably for the past maybe 5 days, I've slept without getting up in the night. So my AFib, I'm not noticing it. It's not certainly not waking me up, but I've been checking my blood pressure since I was in the hospital, and it's like 128 over 70 something, 120 something over 60 something. It's kind of like it's consistently down. I feel better. It's just, I don't know. I listened to Marcella the other night because I was having so much trouble before I started these drops with my arm. I'm past menopause, but when she said that, it just made me think about everything in my body. I couldn't lift a glass. And I realized after she said that, that pain's gone. I forgot. I'm not even having trouble again. So the detoxing in the metal, I think people don't realize what that can do to us. All the things in our system that it will affect. So years ago, when my boys were young, when we went to all over for them as well, I can remember a doctor telling us that. And this, they call it we're in an umbrella where we live. And it's really kind of in the Midwest. He said, we're so much manufacturing in Indiana. It's kind of like all those toxins hover over us all the time. They have so many people that come up there with rare things like what my boy said, bad cells, all kinds of stuff. And they can always trigger how many patients they had in this area. We can eat and clean, we can drink clean, and we should do everything we can to help ourselves, but you're never going to be 100% toxic free. We live in a toxic world. That's just how it is. It's like my husband doesn't have a lot of health issues. He takes the drops because we've talked about detoxing for years. It's if anybody ever reads into it, it would just blow your mind the things that can affect autism. We've had kids that are having behavior problems and concentration problems and things like that that are being helped because of it. It's like Lisa's mother, her cat. I mean, it's amazing what all in our system. If it's in your system, it's going to affect everything. And I'm kind of blown away. I just can't wait. I do the cardio care. I had started the drops first, so I don't know. I feel like the two of them together are a power couple because I've done all the supplements that the doctors have suggested, and I always make sure I got a good quality supplement. Some of them I could tell were good, but I just never had the benefits that I got when I started these drops.
Absolutely. And your story is a common one. A lot of people don't realize how much of an effect, but when you take a deep dive and you start looking at what's going on in the body, these heavy metals, they're interfering with everything. They're interfering with electrolyte levels. They're interfering with our hormones. They're interfering with normal body functions, and they're just disrupting things. And something I didn't mention a minute ago, but if you have heavy metal toxins, you probably have parasites too. The parasites actually hide in the heavy metals, and so you're battling not only the heavy metal that's the heavy metals that are wreaking havoc, but you also have the parasites that are doing their own damage in their own right. And so appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing. But it's just it's so refreshing to have a product that is helping so many people. And when we first got into this, we were living off of other people's stories, and now some of us have been around long enough that we're starting to have our own stories, and it has a greater impact when it's one thing to see somebody else that's having them, but then when your family and your friends and the people that and love, when they're starting to have these results, and in a lot of cases there's no benefit for them to share that information. They're not part of the team. They're not building a business, and so to hear that kind of stuff or to see the pet testimonials. I mean, they can't talk. They're not, and we're not paying them. They're not getting paid endorsements. So they, so their testimonials are even more powerful, right? So, but I appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing, and looking forward to updates and stuff as we move along. So, but I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
I just want to say one more thing because I've always preached to my family too we need to heal from the inside out. And I've got supplements that I still use from different companies because I got certain things I like that I felt like made a difference. But this is probably the first thing in many years when I went holistic and tried to start natural that I feel like I can tell my insides are healing, that things are finally getting back to functioning the way it's supposed to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's what drives us in this business. I mean, these I think Doug calls them goosebump stories, where you get just the excitement and the pleasure that you get from hearing other people. Most of us in general. I mean, I think Jim Rohn said there's 5 or 10 really nasty people in the world. Now they move around a lot, and we run into them a lot more than we think we do. But most of us are here to help people, and that's where my heart is, and that's why I'm so in love with what we're doing here, because it's just genuine, it's pure, it's just people feel different about this. So appreciate you being here tonight. Now I have another dear friend of mine that is going to come on and share her story. Really excited to hear this because I know that it's been a struggle for her. So just really excited about it. So Rhonda, go ahead, take off.
Hey, Greg. You guys, yeah, the struggle is real. I will say that. I used to call it my 8 kid excuse, but then my kids grew up, so I don't have that excuse anymore. But I've been using the drops since I think about January 17th. And I'm known as the supplement queen. I mean, anybody who knows me knows that. I've got a cabinet full of just about everything. I'm always looking for the next best thing. I'm going to tell you guys, this is the next best thing. It is the only best thing. But like I told Greg, I had that light bulb moment when, Rhonda, why you keep putting all this good stuff in, but you're not taking the garbage out, so to speak. We don't do that. What happens if you don't take your garbage out? It's not a good thing. So that's what I'm most excited about. But those people who know me know I'm still going through the menopause thing, the post-menopause. And I'm like, I didn't sign up for that class. I don't know why I have to participate in it every day, but I do. But, and by the way, my best new friend here just showed up on my doorstep like an hour ago. So I haven't even opened the bottle. My next best friend. But, I'm down here in Florida. Everybody knows me, knows I'm in the pool at least an hour or two every day. I'm walking in the pool, eating good, everything. But my weight just is stuck. I tell everybody I'm stuck. I need to get unstuck. And I've tried different things in the past, but this last week I started on the fiber product and the Trim Science, the chocolate. It's the only thing I did different. I had not lost really any weight to speak of that I could tell since I've been down here. When did I come down here? Like, I don't know, early part of February 12th or something like that. But today I stepped on the scale. I stepped on the scale and I'm like, I am 5 pounds down. I'm like, happy dance. I'm going to go out and do some retail therapy. So that's what I do. So I went out, did a little retail therapy. And like I said, I'm super excited because now I got my other two, and the Cell Defender, and I've got the other products, but now this, I think, is going to be a game changer because my hormones are wacko and my metabolism is 0. So look out, you guys. I'm just saying, I feel like I finally have the solution. and I'm super excited not only for myself, but to share it with other people. And like you said, the paychecks to the heart, I introduced this to Gayla, and I introduced everything to Gayla. She's a supplement queen too. But, to me, that's what it's all about, is that this isn't not only going to impact my life, but guess what? We're going to change a lot of lives with these products. And so that's all I got.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Rhonda. And I'm so glad for you, because I know, you've tried a lot of different things, and just to see some positive progress is a huge blessing. And so glad you got a chance to go out and celebrate a little bit today. So
Don't tell Greg.
all right.
My Greg. I always say
I
my
won't.
Greg and this Greg.
Well, I don't want to belabor too much this evening. We've covered a lot. The last thing that I just want to tell you is they're servant leaders from the top of the company down, and they're here to help us in any way that they can. And so are all of us. I mean, I appreciate everybody on the team, and I know that we all just come together and get it done. And so, if you're cautious because you've done this kind of thing before, or you've never done this kind of thing, I just want you to know that we're here, and when you get involved with us, we give you a list of names of people to call. You're not just trying to get a hold of the person that brought you in. And we do things all the time, like these Zooms. We're constantly helping our team grow, and helping, point them in the right direction, and give them guidance, and help them talk to people, and all that kind of stuff. And so I just want you to know that it's nice to be part of I've always been that way, but it's really nice to be part of a company that is that way from the top down. So I appreciate you all being here tonight. I want you to get back to the person that sent you here, and either you're ready to get started and you want to talk about some packages in order to get started with products, or you're not sure if you're ready for that yet, but you want to try some of the products, see what they do for you. Certainly, we're all about you fitting in whatever is comfortable for you. We're not going to beat you over the head with something, twist your arm, or try to trick you. That doesn't work. That's not how you build a business. And so, and then the other thing is maybe you're not ready to try the product. Maybe you don't have enough information. You're not ready to get started in the business. You just want some more information. We're just here to share. We're not high pressure, salespeople. We're just here to share an incredible product, and we find joy in sharing it with other people and them getting the benefit of it. So please get back to the person, and we will see you next Thursday at the same time. All right. Take care. Good night.